Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to 2025. I'm so excited and I have a little bit of free time right now and this is really on my mind and on my heart to say, so I thought let's just talk about it. Let's get into it. So your state of consciousness determines it determines your ability to see things. Let's talk about it. So literally your mindset, your headspace that you're in can completely alter what you are perceiving. Even though it could be the same experience that you're having, if you're in a bad headspace, you are gonna perceive that experience in a completely different way than someone who's completely elated and just having a great time. So an example of this, I went to Paris for the first time. It was my dream for my whole life to go to Paris, and my mom wanted to make it happen so bad, and she told me my whole life, when you turn 18, you are going to go to Paris. And once I started getting closer to 18, we thought, I don't know if it's gonna happen. My mom literally manifested it, like for real. Like she, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and I don't think she hadn't told the rest of my family this dream that the two of us have had. My grandparents, all out of nowhere, were like, we're going to Paris. Do you guys want to come? Like, it's insane the way that it just manifests. Because my mom was thinking, like, I don't have the money for this. Like, I don't think it's going to happen, Kiana. But I didn't really let that bother me. Anyway, so I made it to Paris. It was amazing. But honestly, though, I was really overwhelmed the whole time. So I noticed I was feeling extreme anxiety most of the time because I've never been in a place where I cannot speak the language. I've been out of the country a couple times, but I've always been in like a little bubble of English speaking people. So this is a really interesting and unique experience that I got to have, but it was just I had so much anxiety. So I was naturally in a negative headspace. My mom and I were talking, we went for about a week. So like 5 days in or something, I was talking to her and I was thinking like, I feel invisible here. Like I feel absolutely invisible. I feel like nobody is noticing me. And it sounds kind of stuck up, but usually I get a lot of attention and I love getting attention and I love, like people be like, I love your outfit, you look so beautiful, and I'm like, thank you so much, like thank you. Or I'll just make eye contact with someone who's walking by and we'll just smile at each other, and that stuff like lights me up so much. And so this time I was thinking like, I keep trying to make eye contact with people and no one is looking at me. Like I thought I'd be walking next to my mom, I would see everybody like look at my mom, and I was thinking like, I'm looking at them and I'm watching them look at her instead of me, and I was feeling so invisible. I felt like no one could, it's like I wasn't even there. And a lot of it could be the language thing, but most of the time it's not. Most of the time it's these physical cues, these little what are they called? Body language. It's usually all body language for me. It's rarely actual an exchange of words. And I literally thought that nobody was paying attention to me. No one was looking at me at all. I talked to my mom about it. I was like, I just feel so like no one's paying attention to me. Like no one cares about me in Paris. My mom said the same exact thing. She said, what are you talking about, Kiana? Every single time I tried to look at someone, they were looking at you. Every time that I tried to smile at somebody, they were looking at you. And I was like, huh? What are you talking about, girl? Because every single time I did that, they were all looking at you. We were both together the entire trip, and we both had two completely different experiences, two completely different perceptions about what happened, even though it was the same experience because we were there together. That's insane. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're like, I feel this way, I constantly feel invisible, I constantly feel like nobody cares about me or no one like pays attention to you or something, you're probably just in a bad mindset. Because like I was shocked. I swear nobody was looking at me. But when I talked to her about it, she said that every single person we walked by, they were looking at me. But my consciousness, my headspace, that negative vibration that I was in, completely made me blind. I was completely blind, oblivious to all of this, because in my head, the story that I was telling was nobody cares about me here. So of course, if something came into my field that challenged that belief, if someone was looking at me, of course, my subconscious literally ignores that, or literally refuses to acknowledge that that was something that was happening because of the frequency that I was in. So check yourself, because after that day, the next day, I started to notice it. We went to Versailles, and beautiful, stunning. And someone commented me, so sweet, some French woman was like, "You are so beautiful." I can't do the accent, but I was like, oh my god, like a French person likes me. And then all of a sudden, all of these things started happening where I was like, oh, so actually I am getting a lot of attention. But because my story, my internal reality, my story that I have up here had completely changed, my reality changed. So instead of only being focused on the negative, because that is the story that I'm telling myself, instead of doing that, I focused on the positive, and all of a sudden my brain started noticing all of the attention that I was actually getting. But before, I swear it was nothing, like I swear. But she swears the exact opposite. So it's literally all mental. Your brain will block out things that don't fit your story. If you're focused on one thing and it doesn't align with the beliefs that you have in here, you're not going to notice the opportunities that come out that challenge that belief. It's impossible. And if you do notice it, you are going to find some reason why it doesn't work, why it's not true, because the thing that you believe is all that you believe. And there's a psychological, sorry, my boots are squeaking. There's a psychological, a study that they did where you've probably seen this if you took psychology in like high school or college or something. They had people watch this basketball game, I think, and there are all these people, like 20 people in the game, playing basketball and playing this game together. And I believe they were all wearing white. And it asked you to focus how many times someone did something. Like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but let's pretend that it was count the times they pass the ball, or count how many times this person spins around. And so the whole video, you're focused on that concept, you're focusing on it the whole time. And then at the end of the video, your professor, or the question that will pop up is, did you notice the gorilla? And I was thinking, like, huh? Did we mix up the test? Like, what is happening? They replay the exact same video. There's this man dressed up in this full gorilla suit running around, and he's on the screen for I think like 5 to 10 seconds, and most people don't notice it because your brain is so focused and locked in on that one tunnel vision of that one thing that you were told. So now this crazy situation is happening, your brain literally completely ignores it. I was shocked. I literally didn't believe it. I thought that they had played a second video, because my brain, when I focus on something, when I have a belief, that is all I see, which is, it's great for some reasons. Like if you have a positive self-concept, it's really beneficial because anything that's negative, anything that anyone says will automatically be filtered out and filtered to match whatever story you have. If someone thinks that you're ugly, instead of being like, oh, you're right, I am ugly, because your concept is so high, you're like, oh, poor person, they're probably really depressed, I love myself, like I'm so pretty, or oh, they must be kind of blind because they're not seeing what I'm seeing. Like, you see, like you just don't even think about what they're saying. So like your self-concept and your beliefs in general, even if it's not about yourself, your beliefs about whatever the thing is completely changes it alters your perception. It completely changes your ability to see what's there. So think about that. And also, I'm going to try to find the study and I'll link it below because it was so fascinating. And of course, it's not going to work now because I just explained it all. But I'm telling you, like, it worked. And I was shocked to learn that your brain will literally just filter out things that don't match what you think. It's insane. How many times is there an opportunity that we secretly, like deep down we want, but then our mental the neurological pathways that we've created through our whole life, they're just set up on these systems. So we're not even consciously aware of half of these, or 90% of these systems, because what is it, like 5% consciousness, 95% subconsciousness programming? Think about all of the opportunities that are just all around you, all the people. Maybe your future husband is literally walked by the street, but because you're so stuck on I'm single, I can't have a relationship, you miss him. Or you're so stuck on, oh, I'm so broke, that this like crazy music producer who was trying to find his new person, or it's this crazy job opportunity came up, but because it doesn't fit your belief that, oh, I'm broke, I can't make money, I can't do this, your brain isn't going to see it. It's not. So yeah, happy 2025, and think about that. That's literally crazy. It's so insane. And also TikTok is gonna go away, so please subscribe to my channel and check out my TikTok before it gets deleted. I'll put the little name here, or it'll be in the description if I forget to do that. And I'll see you in the next one. Also, I'm thinking of doing a Q&A, so if you guys are interested in that, please comment some questions. And if you have any other video ideas or any topics you want me to touch on, please let me know. This is a different setting and I'm questioning posting it, but it's literally fine. But I just love posting from my room because the vibes are there. But this is still cute. This is still a cute background. Yeah. Bye.